Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing really good. Today we are transforming a bit more of this kitchen, so this is part 2, and today we are going to be using fablon, and I'm going to do the edges as well. I'm actually going to do sealant for the first time in my life ever without any guidance, and it soon comes to light that, you know, there is a trick and I never knew about it. But anyway, trying to pull this off was absolute nightmare, let me tell you. It was really hurting my knuckles, like it was cramping up my hands. So I thought to myself, do you know what, I'm gonna get the hairdryer, and that's what I did. It makes it go really weird, like stretchy and just weird, but it does take some of the edge off, and even though it's still hard to pull, it's a lot easier. So definitely get the hairdryer out when you're pulling this stuff off. Let me tell you, I was here for ages. Yes. Yeah, I'm so sorry I didn't upload yesterday. I was meant to put this up then, but after so much that I was doing, I really run myself down. Have you ever like run yourself so bad that you've actually, like, you feel sick and you know it's coming? You're like, I am going to be sick because I've just done too much, and you're completely worn out. That's how I was feeling. Like, it was a struggle to even stand up. And then I spent last night with my left thigh completely swollen. I just had a really bad flare up from all of this, and it was a nasty night. It was. Look at me, horrendous. Just watching it back feels like I'm having to do it all over again. Painful, but so worth it in the end because the difference is amazing. Does anybody else hate having wet feet? I know it's a bit random, but it just occurred to me. So every time I get out of the shower, I'm like, oh, I can't stand it. I don't like walking on the lino. I don't like walking on a mat. I just hate it. Sometimes it's so bad. I'm sweating here, stinking. Saw some perfume, thought, yep, spray that on the old pits. At this moment, I am the one and only pop in my head. I was feeling so chuffed. It was like, yes. But yeah, back to wet feet. It feels horrendous. Like, sometimes I will literally dry them before I get even out the shower because it's so bad. Look what was underneath the washing machine. Not the washing machine. What am I talking about? The microwave. That microwave is like 17 years old. Not even going to lie. 17 years old, that microwave. And it's huge. It's like an old-fashioned TV. I really want to change it. The inside of it, still like new. Lovely. And it works a dream. Because it's a part like cooker. Because we got it when me and Nick were first together, and yeah, we got it because we didn't have an oven. Nip into B&Q to go and pick up my supplies, but that microwave's got a built-in oven as well, so that's why we got it. But yeah, here we go. I've given the worktops a clean. I'm just drying them off, making sure that there's no wet on there. Give it a bit of a measure, and I was like, oh, if it's perfect, I'll do it this way. I'll just roll it straight down and then just cut. But when you open it up, it don't look right. It needs to go sideways. Yeah, so extra bit of work, but it's all good. I do make some mistakes in here, as expected, and you know, nothing's perfect, but I quite like that. I like the fact that nothing's perfect, you know? If you see where that where those water pipes are going down in front of me there, at the bottom it's completely like wide open where it's just not sealed to the wall anymore. I seal it. I do. Honestly, I can't tell you. I got up this morning, I walked in the kitchen, I was like, oh, I feel so proud of myself. Like, this is the first time since, in 10 years we've lived here, that I actually do like my kitchen. Like, I've never felt like that. So I'm really, really pleased with how it's come out. This, I'm not joking, went on a dream. I got this from B&Q, as you just saw. And out of all the fablon I've ever bought, I've done this kitchen black and grey. I've done it grey and white with the marble effect. And now I'm doing it this. And this has been the best. Like, the air bubbles, barely any. It's nice and smooth, and when you do get an air bubble, it just wipes straight out. I don't know what the difference is, but this one was really, really good. So burning the skin on my hands because I'm rubbing the worktops like that to try and smooth it out, but it's the best way to do it. I've seen people do it with like a special tool. I've tried that and I found it just left marks or scratches, or yeah, much easier to do it with the palm of your hand and just rub. So just tucking that underneath, and that's the first section done. Well, almost. Giving a little trim around the side, try and tuck as much as I can underneath the sink edging. This sink is actually being replaced, but as it's not here yet, I can just reseal it again. So I'm gonna make sure I seal this, because the last time I didn't do it and it just didn't look it just didn't look, you know. So here we go, mistake number 1. Sorry if you can hear the wind, I'm sat outside in the garden watching the guinea pigs graze on the grass. Yeah, in their happy little guinea pig world of popcorn and greens. Yeah, look at me, I've got it upside down so I can do the measuring, and I'm cutting. What an absolute pleb, you pleb. Do you know what, that is a whole roll there, a whole roll, and if I couldn't correct this I would have to go and get another one. So yeah, look at me go, I'm cutting it. Now if I turn that over, what's going to happen? Exactly, I'm such a tit. But anyway, I'm going with it. I've realised I feel sick, and then I'm like, hang on a minute, it might, and it does. Thank goodness. I just need to cut a little bit more off. But let me tell you, that corner there, when I started putting it down, I was there for about 25 minutes, peeling, resticking, because every time I stuck the corner down, it would start to lean in another direction and wouldn't line up with the back of the wall. Now my kitchen is not straight, same as my doors, so if you're going to do something, it's always going to be slightly wonky, which I quite like, but not when I'm doing the DIY. I like it for effect of the house because it gives that quirkiness, but I don't like it when you're doing it. When I finally got it sat down, I started rubbing it all the way, and it was tiring. It pulled on my back, it burnt my wrist, and it was just never ending. But look at it going on, it's really satisfying. Sped it up here so you can see. It's just, I don't know, I just find that really nice to watch, just watching it all get set. But look how easy this one went on. Yeah, I'm worn out. Oh dear, John, it's absolutely gorgeous. Apparently we've got like a rain warning, not a rain warning, a wind warning coming. It's blooming windy right now, but on Tuesday. So farm day was going to be Tuesday, so instead we're going to do it tomorrow. Really, really excited. What's everybody up to this half term? The wind's kicking up, my washing's about to blow over. If you hear a crash, that's what it is. Flipping out, I don't know. Anyway, back to it. So doing the edging, I always like to leave a little bit too much on so that I can cut it off. You know, it's better to have that bit extra than not enough and then think, oh my god, I've got to try and fill a gap, which I've done so many times, like cut a thin strip and stuck it down. Yeah, this was another bit that was really bad. So the sections, like the dividers on the worktops, trying to tuck them underneath. I don't know if you can actually take these dividers out and resit them. I don't know if they're screwed in underneath, but I was just like lifting with anything that I could and using something that wasn't too sharp to push it underneath so I didn't split the actual, you know, fablon stuff, vinyl. And yeah, this was a bit tedious, I'm not gonna lie. Like if someone said, oh, can you come and do mine or something, like I'd be like, you've got to give me another year to recover from this one, let me tell you, because it is, yes. And I know my kitchen and I know how the last 2 processes have gone, so it wasn't too bad, but it was, as always, not the most fun thing to do. It's great when you come to the end and you're like, yeah, stuck it down, everything's finished, it's brilliant. And I even measured this time, never measured the last 2 times I did it. I just went, yeah, that'd be about enough. But I was trying to do it a bit better this time because this is really how I want it and I don't want to keep changing it, and I wanted it to be done correctly. Here we go, keep sticking it down and just have to keep peeling it back up again because it don't follow the line. It's so annoying. But once it's down, even though they're not like, it's not one roll, you can barely see the line, so I was quite happy with that. And these edgings, all right, look at this. This was my first attempt at filling the gap with the sealant. I had to show you. Okay, so I thought, yeah, I know what I'm doing now. Just go with it. Release it when you get near towards the end so that it doesn't keep over pouring because it's everywhere. I had it in my hair. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my god, I've gained loads of white hairs at the front. No, it was sealant. I had it all there. And that was after I got out of the shower, I noticed it. But yeah, what I didn't know was if you wet your finger, you wipe it over and it smooths it. So I've got some edging like this and then I do correct some of it, so it's all good. But I didn't know that until Nick came in. He's like, you do know you can wet your finger and just give it a wipe. And when I did it, I was like, oh my gosh. It's coming up that point anyway. And you'll see the difference because this is definitely not the way you do it, Gabby. I was thinking, oh my god, I'm going to have to seal it twice. I have to put another one on. I did actually do there was a little bit of sense here because I was going along with the plastic knife, giving it a wipe. But that was the after. It's not smoothed. but it'll have to do. And I'm not fussed. Not too much right now. I can always peel it off and do it again. I've got so much of that stuff. I'm going to do the bathroom as well, because I don't know about anybody else's bathtubs, but the sealant that goes around it, especially when you've got a shower that goes above it, it just tends to go funny rather quickly. So I'm going to get up there and do that, because it definitely needs doing, and I hate the sight of it. It'll be interesting to see what it's like pulling that off, because the kitchen one was really easy. Like, you just peel it and it was like, oh, satisfying. I loved doing that, I did. Yeah, but here we go. This is the last worktop that I have to do. So I'm nearing the ending point. I'm feeling quite chuffed, especially with that big one out the way, because the big one was the worst. The easiest bit was going around the kitchen sink. That was definitely by far the easiest. And I remember when I very first did this ever, I was terrified that that was going to be the hardest part, and it's not. It's like, just look at all your cut-ins and think, yeah, that will fit there, brilliant, and then just stick them on. This one wouldn't line up either. I was like, for goodness sake, just line up for me. How can it be so difficult? How? And sometimes I measured it out and started cutting it out, and it still wasn't correct. And I was like, why? Why are you doing this? It's like it's doing it on purpose. I think it was. But yeah, the next stage for this is to do the walls, which I'm really excited about. I cannot wait, because I feel like once the walls are done, it's going to really bring it together. But I'm slowly on the path of how I actually want it to be. But yeah, these are just like little leftover cut-offs that I've trimmed to fit perfectly in here. And they do, thankfully. So sticking those in, so easy. I wish the rest of it was like that. But then they're larger pieces, aren't they? So it's going to be a bit more fiddly. There's nothing worse than sticking a bit down and thinking you've got it on track, firming it all over, and then realising you've got to peel it all back up again. I know a few of you have done this before, and yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's hell on earth. Around here was really easy, because it snugged nicely just underneath the rim of the sink, which was brilliant. Give it a quick extra drying around there, because I don't want any peel ups. I don't want water collecting underneath, you know. Look at what it was before. Horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. But there's no way I can afford to buy a whole new kitchen, so just doing up and trying to savour everything that you've got is great. Yes, sticking that round. That bit's really satisfying. If you've never done this before and you're thinking of doing it, you'll love that bit. Just tucking it round. Oh, that's a good bit, that is. Yeah, I'm actually feeling really cold. Like, it was sunny when I came out here, and now it's starting to go all cloudy, and it's not that nice. Look at those lines as well. Lines up beautifully. I cannot wait to get to the ceiling bit, because I find it really, really nice to watch. And when I was doing, like, here we go. So I'm doing this, and I'm focusing. I want to get my straight lines, you know, straight lines. And then as I'm doing it, I jump a bit, because Nick comes in and he just, you know when someone comes up to you and they like squeeze your hip or something to make you jump? Well, that's what he did. And he was like, oh, so sorry. And then he points and says, if you wipe with your finger. And I'm like, really? So I was like, yes, definitely giving that a go. Well, I did, didn't I? I gave it a go, and I was like, oh my God, look at it work. It looked like a professional had done it. Oh, I feel so chuffed with myself. I'm like, oh, don't matter if I do bumpy bits now, because when you're smooth, it comes out a dream. Why didn't he tell me this sooner? Like, he knew I was out here doing this. Why? Why, for the sweet Jesus, did he not tell me this sooner? Otherwise it would look like that. Like that. Lumpy, bumpy, and messy. Oh, I was looking for other things that I could do. You know, when you just really enjoy doing something so much like that, what else can I do? I'm probably going to do the bathroom today, because that needs it. And tomorrow I'm going to be really, really busy, because, you know, I've got to sort out picnic and take the kids out, and then I'll be absolutely shattered by the time I get back, so there's no way I'm going to want to do it tomorrow. So I'm probably, look at that. Go on, Gabby. The chuffness I'm feeling with myself, like, ridiculous. Like, someone would come in, like, who professionally does this and go, oh, blimey. But I'm like, ah, yeah, I did that. Yeah. Would you rather, here's one, look at that, I've sealed that plate completely as well. Just got to paint those pipes, because they're looking rotten. Yeah, quick cup of tea. Would you rather, like, have a brand new kitchen fitted for you however you wanted it, or have a brand new bathroom fitted however you wanted it? Yeah, have a think on that one. Bit of oat milk. Love oat milk. Clean it. I'm going to be loving cleaning this kitchen now because I love my kitchen, which is a rare thing. Down there in the corner, down there, yep, by the green bit, back door, I need to sand that. I'm dreading it because I really don't want to ruin the paintwork, but I need to sand that down so that I can, when I paint the walls, I'm not, look at it before. It looked cold and just, like mottled skin. And now look at that. Oh yeah, I haven't washed up, yep. Never going to be perfect, so there's no point. I did put the potatoes in there though, you know. I did something. And yeah, look, before. Cold and, you know, just not feeling it. To now. There we go. If you want to hire me, check the link down below. I'm only joking. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one, part 3. Yes.